Today, I want to talk about a habit that I like to call the happiness hack. And it's a habit that is pretty much the key to a fulfilling life. And this is really, really cool. And I really want to share this with you ladies. And you may have heard a version of this before, but I really want to drill it into your heads today and really lay it out all on the table today. So first things first, I want to know, what can't you wait for when you reach your goal? So whatever your health, your fitness, your weight loss goal is, what are you super excited about when you get there? What are you looking forward for? What can't you wait about? Think about it. What is the thing that's going to happen that you can finally do or that you can stop doing when you get there? What is it? Whether it's that number goal, whatever. So once you have that thing, okay, what you need to understand is you need to do that thing that you've been planning and looking forward to and fantasizing about. You need to do that thing right now. Right now, today, to some degree. You have to embody that thing you're working towards today. Okay, so whether it's you're waiting to cut your hair until your face looks slimmer, whether it's you're waiting to schedule that vacation until you're comfortable in photos in a bathing suit, or you're waiting to get a new wardrobe, you have to start doing something of that right now. Because you can't live life waiting for something all the time. You can't live life thinking the grass is greener whenever we get here. You have to water the grass where you are. You have to make it greener now. We can't avoid the past and live in the future. Then we become discontented with the present. And that is something you very, very much want to avoid. Now, here's something we don't consider. So something as a survival tool that we use a lot of is saying it gets better, right? It'll get better. It'll always get better, right? You said that before. I've said that before. When things aren't going great or when you're not where you want to be in life, you say, it's okay, it will get better, right? We say that all the time. It'll get better. This isn't permanent, right? And so for me personally, that has been one of the biggest things that has gotten me here today, that has thickened my skin, that has helped me through all the obstacles and challenges in my life. It was knowing that it always gets better, knowing that things aren't permanent. And that's probably one of the things that have brought you here today, right? Not being so overwhelmed with grief or something in the present, knowing it will get better. And that has served you well, ladies. That thought has served you well. It has kept you alive. It has kept you able to keep going. However, I would challenge that thought. And I would say that that thought of it gets better is no longer serving you. And this is why. You know, life is better at X weight. Life is better when I can wear X clothes or fit into these pants or do this exercise, right? We fantasize about these things. We put these things on a pedestal. And what we're saying is, if things can get better, that means now is not better, which means there's a gap between better and reality, which means you're never going to be 100% satisfied with your reality. And that's a dangerous place to live for too long. And if you have been wanting to lose weight or get healthy for years, you are in this dangerous place, because for years you've always been dreaming about the day you reach your goal, about what life looks like, about who you are, what changes when you get there. And we've been fantasizing about it. It's literally now a fantasy that we build up in our mind to some degree, whether you know what I'm talking about or it's just little thoughts here and there, whether it's on your mind all the time or just a little. And if you've been trying to get healthy for a long time, that means you've been always living in the it gets better. It gets better. And then when we live there for years, that better gets farther and farther away. Because guess what? Have you reached that better yet? The ultimate better? Well, probably actually. You probably reached some version of better, but guess what your mind did? It didn't even realize when you got there because you already started thinking about the next better, right? Because I guarantee you, when you reach your goal, you're going to not even realize you reached your goal, because the closer you get to your goal, the faster you've made a new goal, the faster you've created a new fantasy, the faster your mind has created a new better, because you've created a deficit between the future always seems better, healthier, happier, richer than the present. So now we are here with this deficit. We've got this gap. We're not satisfied with our present 100%, right? If you were, you wouldn't even be listening to me talk right now. You'd be perfectly happy with everything in your life, every single thing. But you're not. You're listening to me right now, which means you have some version of better in your head. And that's okay, because you need a goal. You do need a goal. You need a light at the end of the tunnel. But the problem with thinking about better and not having it for so long is now your body and your mind already thinks you're not going to get it, because you haven't yet. So subconsciously, your body and your mind is already working against you. That will be the negative self-talk. That will be the self-doubt. That would be the how easy it is for you to just, say the words, I want to give up. Why am I doing this? What is this for? Because they all pop up, whether they stick around or they're fleeting. They pop up sometimes. But what's the point? I'll start next Monday. Whatever. My goal will be there over the weekend, next weekend, So we've created this deficit of reality. We've now fantasized and romanticized what this future and better could be. And now we've done that for so long that our body doesn't even think we're ever going to get there. Even though, if you've been with Fit Queen, you're closer to better than you've ever been before, which is really exciting. But because of the past, because of the patterns, you still don't think you'll actually get there. And so, because we've lived in this it gets better mindset for so long, or I want more mindset, or this isn't good enough mindset, we start to become complacent, and we don't like feeling complacent. We don't like feeling let down. We don't like feeling disappointed. So what does our mind do? Our mind does what it does best. It protects us. It protects us from not feeling that way. And how does it do that? Well, it shows up like this. We start saying things like, I'm happy the way that I am. I don't really need to change. Nothing's that bad. I'm good. I'm happy. My life is great. When really, if you have 10 pounds plus of excess fat on your body, you are leaving potential on the table. You even just 10 pounds lighter is 1,000 times better mentally and physically as a person. But because we lived in the better, because we never achieved the better, because we never made better now, we don't think we're going to get there. We don't like thinking we're never going to get there, because that means we're big old failures. And so our brain tricks us into thinking we don't actually have any problems. Who's been there before? One of my favorite quotes is, if you don't have any problems, you've got a big problem. You've got a big problem. Are we that naive? There's always some place where you can grow. There's always some way in life that you can improve. And those negative feelings or lack of things in your life are not bad things, right? We could cry about them. We could be anxious and depressed about them. We can let it make ourselves feel sorry about ourselves, or it can be the fuel to keep pushing. But here's the thing, we can only push for so long until our mind recognizes, oh my God, we're doing it again. We're never going to get there. Then we're going to go back to convincing ourselves we're fine. And then we're going to be fine for so long where we get tired of it. That pain seeps back out. And then we just repeat this horrible cycle of, I feel like absolute garbage. I need to make a change. I'm making a change. The change isn't happening fast enough. Oh, it's okay. You know what? It's not as bad as I thought. I'm happy where I am. And then repeat cycle, fall back, chill, find the pain again. And it's not a good cycle to be in, because you've done zero growth and you've fallen back into the trick of your mind protecting yourself. And so this has been a big theme of my 2022 year. I always had this dream life I would fantasize about. The house I would live in, the car I would drive, the investments I would make, the things I would do, the classes I would take, the languages I would learn, right? And I'd always say, I'll get there. It gets better. I'll get there. I'll save up more money. I'll do this later. Another year. And I said, no more. I said, I am not waiting any year. I am learning a new language right now. I am doing everything that I always said that I had to wait for. And I am doing a version of it this year. And oh my God, it is so exciting. It is so exciting. It's like, oh my God, reality can be a fantasy. You just have to stop waiting for it to randomly snap. Like, it's just not randomly going to show up. What are you waiting for that you can start to do today? Please don't wait. Please don't wait. I always was like, I want to pamper myself. I want to do pole dancing classes. I want to do salsa dancing classes. I want to do like X, Y, and Z. I want to get a massage and a facial every month. Like, I had this list of like what the lavish life would look like when Madison was in her 40s, 50s, 60s and living life and all the money she made. And I said, you know what? Money can wait. Experiences can't. So you make it work. You make it work. You adjust it. You do some little sense of this fantasy you've been building up or this dream life that you've been holding back from. And it really is freeing. And it really is calming, because just that action alone, ladies, it starts to rewrite that cycle of I'm okay where I am. The cycle of better is always too far away. Your body starts to believe that it can be possible again. And as a byproduct, you're going to lose weight faster, because now you're doing all the things that goal you said you'd do, and you're doing them now. So if you do them now, it's only a matter of time till you actually just evolve into that goal you, that future you, and you don't even realize it. You're just having a good old time. You're just having a good old time in life instead of waiting to have the best life. Save yourself. Save yourself from a boring, mundane life like everybody complains about. You know, like kids on Christmas morning, they jump out of bed. Do you think kids on Christmas morning hit the snooze button? Absolutely not. They're up even before the alarm. Where's our passion? Are you dragging yourself out of bed? Are you not excited to go through the day ahead? That's a problem. That is a problem. You don't deserve that. You deserve to wake up excited to start your day, because what's about to happen is more exciting and more pleasurable and more rewarding than sleeping. Really, we shouldn't be looking forward to sleeping. Sometimes we can, but that shouldn't be an everyday thing. And it's just, it's something that I really, really hope that you can embody. You know, whatever those dreams are that you've placed in the future, bring them into the present moment somehow. Think about it, you know, reverse engineer it, break it apart, and be like, what can I do now that I don't need to be waiting for? And what can I do now that if I start doing, it will actually turn me into the person I've been waiting to be? It's being proactive to becoming that person, not passive to becoming that person. Because I know you think about her. I know you feel a gap, an emptiness, something, or an urge or a yearning between you and who you want to be, or you and that little extra potential you know you could have, little oomph that you're missing. I know you think about it, and I know you're working hard towards it. But sometimes it's not just about hoping that it happens. It's about thinking, what if I did all of that now? What if I live life like her now? Then you are her. What? Then you are her. Live her life now, then you are her. That is how fast that can happen. And that is what you're missing out. You can be that version of you right now, tomorrow, if you just live life like her now. And then you guys will become one and the same, and you will be fulfilled and satisfied in the moment. And then you'll be able to set goals and say things like, it will get better, or I can't wait for the next step. You can say things like that, and you can believe it wholeheartedly, and you can start to actually go after it at a faster pace than you've ever done before, because your body believes it. It believes that there's reward to the work you're going to put in. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. If we don't have that, we're never going to be motivated. If you find that you really lose motivation very quickly and you can barely sustain it for a week, by like day 3, day 4 in a week, you're like, screw it, screw this. I'm unmotivated. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm too tired to do this. I got cravings over here. It's because there's no light at the end of the tunnel for you. Your body is already telling you it doesn't believe in you. That's what that is. There's difference between motivation coming and going versus motivation leaving very quickly. That's the problem. That means your body and your mind does not believe that there is a solution here, and it just wants you to stop trying and wasting your efforts. Because guess what? Our brain always tries to protect us. Always. Right? And you can sit and wait for success, or you can go out and find where it's been hiding. It's just hiding. It's not even that you have to go create it. It's there. It's just hiding. Go find it. Super exciting. You can wait till you're ready, but if you wait till you're ready, you're going to be waiting till you die. There really is no such thing as ready when it comes to personal growth. And when you want to lose weight, when you want to be sustainably healthy, it is all about growing. Growing physically, growing mentally, growing emotionally, growing in habits. It is all about growing. And you are never ready to grow. That's what growth is. Growth happens when you're not ready. That's why it's called growing. If you were ready, it was just you didn't have to grow to do it. So if you keep waiting, you will be waiting until the end of your life. And that's not a way to live. Like you're gonna be a miserable old grumpy person. You're a miserable old grumpy person with regrets. Right? I should have done this. All these what ifs. Right? So I want you to think about everything that you wish you could do this year. Like what are you, like, let's talk about New Year's resolutions, right? Those aren't all horrible things. Like what did you say you wanted to do this year? Did you want to go on vacation? Did you want to write a book? Did you want to take dance lessons or learn a language or switch careers or lose 50 pounds? What was it that you wanted to do this year? And how cool would it be January 2023 when you can look back on your year and say, it wasn't a year of waiting, it wasn't a year of patience, it was a year of doing. What if by next January you were her? How exciting is that? That's something to work on. That's something that can light a fire under your butt. It really is. It really is, ladies. So I really want you to think about that. So thank you for listening today, ladies. All right. Best happiness fulfillment hack is focus on everything that you've been hyper focusing on or obsessing on or wishing you can do. Figure out a way to do it now, or at least some of it, or at least a partial bit. Do it now, and your brain will be re-inspired. You will break the cycle of it gets better. You will not be living in the future and floating through your present. You'll be really in the present. You'll reach your true potential, and you'll have some awesome experiences and self-efficacy because of it.